మీ చాయ్ మా సాయ్ కలిస్తే భలే హాయ్. Namaskaram everyone. Welcome to our session Mahabharata series. And wishing you all a happy Diwali and hope you all lit the diyas or deepams, and let's try towards to lit our internal light with the light of knowledge or jnana.
Happy November for all those men. Why the smell alone? For everyone, this is a month of reminder to focus on physical and mental health, and that's why I'm growing my facial here. The joke in the family is the hair is not going on the top, and that's why you know what? Enough of jokes, which I cannot deny, right? What are we going to do today, Raji? How are we going to structure this one?
So I think we got good feedback. Did you want to? And basically, I see that most of you are eagerly waiting to see how the Mahabharata can relate to the modern life. And what we have planned for today is we want to focus on three aspects: the communication, the business case development, and change management. And see how we can learn these three things from Mahabharata. And we are presenting the Mahabharata, the lessons based on four things. That is the stage where the Mahabharata is set, the structure, how it is structured, and the versions, and also the format. Based on these four things, we wanted to see how we can learn Mahabharata, or how we can learn communication, business case development, and change management from Mahabharata. So let's dive into it. Now let's start with stage. Now maybe do you want to say what was the stage this Mahabharata was set in, and what is the context behind that?
Yeah, sure. Mahabharata was set physically on a stage called Naimisharanyam. It's a tranquil forest where biodiversity existed and different animals lived in harmony. The lesson learned here is to bring the Naimisharanya into your physical space at home, as leaders to work, most importantly, recreate that tranquil, harmonious Naimisharanyam in your hearts. This stage is set where Arjuna's great grandson is asking Arjuna's great grandson Janamejaya is asking Vaishampayana, what is my story? How can I learn from the mistakes of great grandfathers or the accomplishments so that I can use their, it's like a SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, the threat, weakness, and opportunities. That's beautifully set that up. While Vaishampayana was narrating this, a lineage of narrators, Ugrashravasa and Romaharshana, carried that, and they are retelling this to so many eager learners in Naimisharanyam. That is the stage. Do you know what you can learn from? The very names Ugrashravasa and Romaharshana are metaphorical names. They say that Ugrashravasa means it is creating such kind of intense zeal to listen, hear, learn. Romaharshana means the storytelling is such that it is creating goosebumps. So what is that learning here? Mahabharata really provides a great opportunity for leaders of next generation to tell the stories that your audience are captivated. Thank you, you stole my word. But the captivation, right? That is the stage in which it was set. Now jumping into the next one. What is it?
Yeah, the second one what we said touched is the structure. So what is the structure of Mahabharata, and what can we learn from that? So the structure, what they say about Mahabharata is Akhyana Sagaram and Upakyana Sangamam. Akyana Sagaram means kind of a big ocean, and Upakyana means stories. Sangamam, that means it is a kind of a collaboration of lots of stories. The same way how different rivers and tribunals, they come together and then they all merge into the ocean. The same way, you can say almost every character in Mahabharata have some kind of storytelling ability, and they use stories as a way of convincing their ideas, not really pushing their ideas. They're giving an example, like coming to how it can help us and what we can learn is business case development. I mean, I know we are saying business case development doesn't mean that it only helps people who are working in organization. It also helps for kids who wants to do the business case, if they want to like buy something, or if they wanted to do something in their life, right? So it can also apply to the personal life too. And there are like almost 100 upakyanas, or the stories where each person will narrate it, and they narrate it so beautifully that it is very kind of related to that situation, related to that audience. And as you know, like when you want to have $100 billion as part of a business case, you say, okay, this is the different things, innovation things we can bring in this organization. But then you all will get this question, okay, is there any other organization who has done it? Is there any other person who has done it? And what are the benefits? What did they achieve? And what are the lessons we can learn from them? So those questions, right? The same way, each character provides lots of stories which happen. It's so funny. We think that Mahabharata is very old, but they say when they start any story, let me tell you a story which had happened long years ago. So this itself shows that how the world was there for many years ago. So with the structure of Mahabharata, what we can learn is the business case development. Now jumping to the next topic, what the versions, like do you want to expand on the versions and what we can learn?
Yeah, you'll be surprised that Mahabharata consists of 4 different versions. What does that tell is one size doesn't fit all. So there are 4 versions of Mahabharata developed. One version for Devaloka, and they have assigned a change champion to kind of propagate that knowledge in Devaloka, and that assigned person is Narada, and the content is humongous. It has 3 million shlokas. And then the next version is for Pitrulokas, and the champion is Devala, and it has 1.5 million slokas. And the next version is for Garuda, Gandharva, Yaksha, Rakshasa Lokas, and the champion is Shuka Maharshi, and that version has 1.4 million slokas. And the last one that we are following is for Manavaloka. The champion is Vaishampayana, and it has 100,000 shlokas. Why do we need different versions? We said one size doesn't fit all. I'll give you a corporate example, very IT domain specific. Everyone currently in IT is going through the buzzword Agile. I know that you did a couple of certifications recently. We won't go in there. SAFe is the word, structured Agile for enterprises. SAFe comes with 4 different versions. It has a full version, it has a portfolio version, it has a large solution version, and it has an essential, bare minimal, just like the Mahabharata was delivered to Manavaloka, because our intellect and focus just give me the bare minimal, right? Whenever we ask, somebody asks us to do something, what do we say? Just give me the bare minimal. What chores you want me to do? When our kids ask, can I just get away with this bare minimal? Okay. That's a great corporate world example. I wanted to pick on your brain and your certified yoga teacher title to say that, can you give me something that relates to our personal lives?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm a certified yoga teacher, but that whether it is a dietitian or yoga teacher or any communicator, like you need to cater to the needs of your customer or the individual, right? And each individual comes in different forms and shapes. So when it comes to food, for example, you need to have your diet plan based upon your age, your need, your stage, and your digestive ability. Not necessarily, I think we shouldn't all have this assumption that all the young people have good digestive ability. We just need to assess that and provide that. And same with yoga training or exercise or a fitness training for that matter. You need to listen to your body. I mean, as you must have heard me saying, listen to your body and always see what fits to you. Don't just follow others. Do the things which works for you. So the same way, I think the versions of Mahabharata, it caters to the different audience level of intellect, and so that it can be absorbed. And it's a great, I guess, change management or tool, right? I guess, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And as Bhagavad Gita says, Swadharme Nidanam Shreyaha. So, what applies to you, whether from yoga point of view, don't do the stretches that you're going to break your back rather than help, or don't eat the food you cannot digest. Okay, this is great. Today, I feel that I was able to recollect all the learnings that we had. If we were to summarize,
I think we want to also say the format too, right? Like in
which format? See, I'm jumping into the end.
So the format is a very important thing. Whenever you're delivering a communication or change management, you want to make sure it is effective communication, and also it should be a successful change management. So Mahabharata, or to that matter, any Sanatana Dharma scripture, was delivered in the format of question and answer or Q&A. And this is a very vital way of delivering the knowledge, or that is the effective way to communicate. If you want to communicate in your organization, like you have
frequently asked questions,
and also with change management, you want to also know what is the pulse of the individuals. Maybe because you have your blind spots, and you may, well, coming out with your business case or change management plan, you may be missing some points which the other individuals are able to see it. So it's both ways, right? So it's not only clearing the doubts for the people or the individuals who are asking questions, but also to the people who are trying to answer, are able to learn about what they have missed. And that is the best way of conveying any idea or change management. And again, it applies to both personal and also at the organization level. So I hope it was helpful for you to understand what we can learn from Mahabharata, the communication, business case development, and change management, and with the way the Mahabharata has been, the stage is set up, the structure, the versions, and the format. And just imagine if you have given a task or asked that, hey, can you tell me a story which is apurvam, that is rare, that is manoharam, that is beautiful, that provides knowledge or jnanam, and also which helps me to cleanse or papanasanam. And this was the ask which was given, and this is what has been conveyed in the form of storytelling.
Yeah, so I think we just need to take this and reflect, right? Like, whenever you communicate anything, it should be really new. Apurvam is an extreme, but it should have some nuance. Manoharam, it should be told in a beautiful way. It should deliver jnanam. The ask for Mahabharatam was, it is supposed to give the knowledge from all the different dimensions. Last time we touched on poetic knowledge, economics knowledge, political knowledge, and the list goes on, and it delivers all the promise. And then finally, it should cleanse you physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Yeah.
So, hope today's session was engaging and dwelling into the details that you were asking for. Thank you for the great feedback and the suggestions and recommendations. Again, the great way that we can learn this is through question and answers. If you have any questions, please post us. We'll bring that back into our next episode, and through your questions, actually, we get to learn a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And just wanted to give a small teaser, and you all may know that the names of Mahabharata is Jaya and
It was also kind of played it back into Yaja, because it also has a lot of Yagna related.
And one thing I want you to see, if you want to look into detail, the Katapayati, which is used for both our classical music and also for learning Sanskrit.
That really shows that how did the word Eja come, because it really shows the number 18, which has significance in Mahabharata, number of parvas, number of days of the Kurukshetra war, and the list goes on. Again,
thank you very much, and we'll see you again for the next session. Bye.